Hype City Show. We are in the building. As you see, we in this beautiful art center. Shout out. I ain't even gonna say the location, but I'm gonna let these guys right here introduce themselves. My man in the middle right here.
Carsin, and you know I got my partner with me,
Price.
Mogul Mode Management. What's the other company? We got Mogul Mode Management, we got In-House Movement, we got
Right.
a couple different things shaking at the same time.
Okay.
We are in Dibble and Dabble, Creativity Center though.
Yeah.
One of our locations, it's an art center, kids and adults,
Definitely.
Google it, come get it shaking.
Definitely, man. Welcome. Thank you guys for, taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thanks for
Sit
coming
down.
out,
But what's been going on, man, since the last time I seen you guys?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything, man. We hit
moves?
the ground running. Yeah, we hit the ground running.
Right.
It ain't always easy to switch your profession like that.
Right.
So I got lucky, blessed enough to for people to really accept me going from an artist to a manager so
right.
smooth, you know what I'm saying? But yo, in the last 2-3 years, we've been around the map. We done learned so much. We got one of the illest mentors in the game. Dada, what up?
Shout out to
And
Dada.
I mean, yeah, you met him.
Yeah, I met him,
bro.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you understand the rooms we in, the calls we on, the information we getting, the plays we see unfold right in front of our eyes. Bro, we hearing hit records months before they come out.
Probably
You know what I'm
laughing
saying?
like when people be like, yo, they joined the
And they
smash.
call it like, oh, this is this, but they cut, this is the one, this is gonna go. It
Right.
goes every time. or just being lucky enough to be in the earshot of a conversation about a record, and then you see the rollout to the record just as you heard it from the guy you learning the game from.
Right.
Bro, it don't get no realer than that.
Right. How you been, man?
I'm in the field.
Okay.
I'm in the field. I'm always searching for talent. You can ask Carson, man. I'm on it every day, man. I got an ear for it. It's my niche. I know what I'm good at, and I
Right.
just pursue it. You know, a lot of people don't know what they're good at, and they haven't figured it out yet. But I figured it out.
Right.
I know what I'm good at.
So
I know what I could do.
let me ask you a question. So when you hear an artist, what is it that you're really looking for in an artist?
First of all, the product got to be good. If the product's not good, I'm not even
Right.
You talking about sound quality.
sound quality wise, because a lot of artists don't really focus on that, on the sound. Like, that's key. A lot of artists will send me rough mixes, stuff
Right.
that don't sound right, and they wonder why their music is not touching the right ears. The quality got to be good. The mix has to be good, and that's what a lot of artists should focus on. So, because anything could be a hit.
That's a fact.
Right.
And I don't like a lot of music, but just because I don't like it doesn't mean another demographic
Right,
might not like
yeah,
it.
exactly.
So if it sounds good and it could sell, man, that's key, man. The sound. And
Right.
mix.
So, because I always say, like, when people send things to me, like, on radio, like, it'll be drowned out. It'll just be, like, sounding horrible. And I think to myself, why would you send that? You know what I mean? I'm about to play this for the world. You want the best product for the world. You know what I mean?
I
But
hate
you
it.
know what though? Some half of the time it's not their fault.
Right.
Because if you don't know what it's supposed to sound like, it's gonna sound okay to you. You know what I'm
Right, yeah,
saying?
everything.
And it's like, I understand what he's talking about, because the more dope engineers like Ivan, the Effect, the more engineers we around that sound is so right,
Right.
you almost, your ears get spoiled. So I've even listened to some of my old stuff and been like, oh, I can turn it down. Yeah. So I can really
this
hear
ain't-
it.
this
yeah.
ain't really-
But
yeah.
I know back when I cut
He
it,
was
I'm
like,
like,
yo,
oh, this
yeah,
is
this
it. I'm
is it.
giving it to you. I'm giving
Right.
it to you. So half of them, like Big Homie always say, you really don't know how much you don't know. Half of them just don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now there is the other half who knows and they
Just
know
sending
better
it anyway.
and they being cheap. Yeah, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? They rather pay to go to Miami to shoot the joint than to get their thing all the way mixed and mastered.
Right.
So like, yeah, it's half and half. You know what I'm saying?
My quality too, man. Like, fellas, stop it with the cheap mics, man. I can hear it.
Yeah.
Right. You have to, you have to invest in yourself. You
You
got
gotta
your own
invest in
studio.
yourself.
You have to get a better mic.
Or-
Spend that money. Spend the
Listen,
money.
I always, me and him, we go at it all the time because I'm always both sides of the coin. Let's say I can't afford that mic. If I can't afford that better mic, I gotta learn how to use this mic with the stuff that I got to the point that it's competing still.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, one is the equipment, but it's also how you use it.
You work with the stuff you got. You got if you
gotta put your
sometimes
best foot forward, and you gotta be realistic with yourself. You gotta take that car test, but you gotta play something other than your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta play the top couple records that's out. Then put yours in the middle of that. See what it sound like. If it falls way off, get back in the lab.
Right.
You know what
That's
I'm
the thing. A lot of people, they don't like to hear that.
Mm-hmm. They think
like, yo, you saying I'm whack, and it's like, no, I'm trying to I'm trying to get it so people don't say you not good. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And these guys, they get a little, their ego kicks in.
The world is sensitive. The world is sensitive. If you say that verse, if I say that verse ain't it, I'm hating. But what if I'm not trying to hate?
Right.
I want your verse to be dope, so when everybody else hear it, they can't say.
But if you say it, you're hating. But if somebody that made all these records say that, it's not it, they're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And just, when I hear that, I just feel like a lot of these guys are just misinformed. It's not their fault. That's just how they react because monkey see, monkey do.
Right.
They see their favorite artist speak like that, so they trying to emulate the nonsense, and they end up looking stupid.
A super fact. The internet is the gift and the curse.
Right.
Because you get a lot of young artists or artists that's on the come up, and they're hearing this industry depicted a certain way, but you don't really know how he got to that point.
You don't see the back meetings when they talking with people and when they about to sign stuff. They don't see all that.
Right, and it's like a lot of artists agree to certain things and then change their mind. So now they're talking like, oh, this was crazy, I should have never did it, and people are believing it, buying into it. It's like, that's his experience. That don't mean that's my experience. You might love Target. I might have had a bad experience at Target. So I don't want it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want to go there,
But people take everything and they run with it and they run with it and they end up shooting themselves in the foot because, again, they don't know how much they don't know. And they're not being realistic with themselves. Like, let's jump over to what we was talking about before, like the independent route.
Okay.
In my heart, I want to say the independent is a myth.
Why are you saying that, though?
But first, let me correct it.
Okay.
It's not, but it's very rare because there are some artists that their independent grind does put them where they need to be.
Right.
And then they end up doing some type of partnership still because that part is needed. But so many people have got the independent look that aren't independent. They sign deals and the label keeps it a secret so it looks like it's independent. But beyond that, it's like, all right, let's go all the way back to Bad Boy. Nothing but respect for Bad Boy.
Right.
But they get praised for blowing up as an independent label, but they didn't. They blew up with Clive Davis with that deal.
Right.
Did they grind and rise up? Well, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Same thing, rest in peace to Mac Miller. No shade on him. He did everything he was supposed to do. But was Rostrum really considered independent? Were they an indie label? Yes. Were they backed by that deal Wiz Khalifa did? That was
right. That's got Rostrum to where it was. You know what I mean?
still need the machine behind you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like fucking
But most people always think, oh, you don't need the machine. And same with what I'm doing, going through experiences, being around people. I tell people, I'm like, you do need the machine a little, and you know what I mean? If you grinding on your side, you only need them a little bit. It just depends how you working.
You need it. People forget that this artist right here, he was grinding, he got a deal, he blew up. The label of him created this fan base, and now he's preaching pro-independence because he doesn't need the machine any longer.
Right.
And people are confusing that with, if he don't need it, I don't need it.
No.
But it's not true because you don't got the same amount of eyes on your product.
Right.
You need the platform, you need the machine, or you need the bank.
Right.
And you don't have the bank. You know what I'm saying?
It's like you using them until, you know what I mean? You're doing what you, I need y'all for a little bit, and then we figure something.
Yeah. So now we take it a step further. A lot of artists get scared of these deals and these percentages and this and that. But it's like, it makes sense because if I create the platform for you, shouldn't we share the money?
Right.
If I promote you, shouldn't we share the money?
You doing all the back work.
Right. So
why wouldn't you get a part of that if you doing the run around and I'm letting you be the artist?
Right. Now, as an artist, a lot of artists are like, I make the music, so I should have everything. And it's like,
no.
It's a million people making music.
Right.
You want to own, we tell artists this all the time, do you want to own 100% of nothing? or would you take 50% of $2 million
taking
or of
the
$1 million?
Right.
I'm taking the 50% all day.
Right.
But you see 50%, or they want 40%, or they want 60. But what are they doing for that percentage? Read your paperwork. And if that equals that, ride with it.
Right.
Ride with it. You're a lot of artists are snubbing a chance to make $200,000-$300,000 in a year, all because when they make that, somebody else is making $200,000-$300,000.
But the stamp from somewhere will get them features from places, other little side incomes there.
But the problem is, I don't want you to make that off of me.
Right.
Even though you're helping me make this,
Right.
why should you make so much money off of me?
Right.
Because they're not respecting the part you do. That's me not respecting what you bring to the table.
Right.
A lot of artists aren't respecting what the labels bring to the table. Now, granted, the labels, they kind of slacked off as like the way they don't really develop artists and all of that no more. But they still pushing these buttons. They still making these plays.
Right.
They still putting you on a whole nother platform for you to open up all these doors. And then when that's over,
Right.
if you want, now you can get on the internet and rep independence too.
Because basically they're opening up the budget to get you that more fans.
Right.
That's what the budget is for.
It's
like,
like a
hey,
loan.
we're gonna say you need to be in this demographic with these people,
Yeah.
so we're gonna give you this budget
Yeah.
to get to those people and whatever.
It's just like a loan. You go to the bank, you get a loan. They don't got to make their money back. You got 300,000. They got to get 300.
Yeah, they got a percent on
That's
it. You
all
know.
the label is, and artists are so scared of the label that they shooting themselves in the foot, or they leaving money on the table. It's like I'm making $2,000 a month. That's good enough. I'm good. I'm good. My fan base loves me. It's like, bro, rock with the machine. Just be smart on your deal. Read your deal. Get a decent lawyer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially if you're already making money, get a decent lawyer. Get as close to a partnership as you can. Run with that for a little while, and then make your decision. How can you be against something you've never been a part of? You're going off of what you heard.
Right.
How can I be against the label and I've never had a deal?
Yeah.
You understand?
Well, I never actually talked to a person to say, okay, this ain't as bad as people were saying.
Right. It's like the Popeyes chicken sandwich. It was alright, but I would never stand in line for it. So how can you? But you'll run with that. But how? Like it just doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't add up, and I think artists got to wake up and figure it out for themselves. Jump in the water. Stop taking everybody's word for it. What's the worst thing that can happen?
And it's like a lot of these guys take advice from people who've never been there.
Or never even been around anybody that has been there.
I can't listen to
that's a
somebody
big
that
one.
doesn't know
Yeah.
what they're talking
For
about.
real.
Like, that's a
For
no.
real. It's like, all right, this art center, right?
Right.
How can you come in here and this art center don't look like what you expected, but you've never been in an art center before? That just doesn't make sense.
Right.
So how can you get into a situation and you be like, oh, no, that ain't how it's supposed to be. How you know? You never been
did
there.
it, yeah.
You never been there. But it happens all the time, every day.
Do you think more artists shoot themselves in the foot more than anything?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yo, when I was an artist, I had a meeting with a guy at Republic. Much respect to him. His name is Saint Haraway.
Okay.
And within my meeting, if anybody that know me, if I got a meeting, we got a meeting. If they don't sign me on the spot, I'm gonna be like, well, my man's got music and I play
everybody
so I was playing him a couple of my people, and he one of the people he knew, and he said he couldn't get out his own way.
Right.
And I didn't understand what that meant. Like, how's somebody in their own way? And not that this applies to the person he was talking about, but we see so many people that when you step back from the situation, like, oh, he is in his own way, or she is in her own way. Artists shoot themselves in the foot 100 times a day. 100 times a day, they pass up a situation that could have worked for them, but because it wasn't what they thought it should be or expected, they don't want nothing to do with it. Because of everything they heard and the war stories that they heard, they're getting scared and they don't want nothing to do with it. So they go home and they stay home.
Right.
And they put out another video and they get the same result year after year.
Yeah.
There comes a time where if you're doing the same thing and you expect
gotta look at it and say, damn, yo, I gotta change this. Like, why is this,
Yes, but that's the real definition of insanity, is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So you drop the videos. You put a couple dollars in the Facebook ads or Instagram ad.
Right.
You had a little influencer do something. You got decent numbers, but you still got to go to work in between making your music.
Right. You just
so the
can't
next
chill.
year, what do you do different? They don't do nothing different.
Thing.
They do the same thing. You know how many artists we speak to, and we can line them up, but one of a few things happens. number one, they end up not being reliable, not
Right.
being ready for the conference call. Saying that they'll send us the email or the EPK or whatever by Tuesday. So we reporting up, hey, yo, we're going to have this by
Right.
Tuesday. Here come Friday, and we still got
It's
nothing.
making y'all look like y'all
Right,
fools. You're like, now you making us
right,
look stupid because we
right,
talking for you.
right.
Y'all ain't talking. I gotta, you know.
Not to mention, at this point, like with the type of caliber of people that we deal with, once you disappoint once or twice, they're not really interested no more. Because even if you're talented, you're not taking this
But
serious.
it's a good thing you said that because I always say, like, people I meet that are like, you know, upper execs and stuff, they always got this, they say to me, we don't care about excuses. We need
Nope.
to get the job
That's
done.
it.
That's it. I
Yeah.
don't care who did what.
Bro.
I need this done.
That's it.
That's it.
When they
You
say
know what I mean?
Wednesday, it's got
Right,
to be Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, if not, then they going to feel
They're
like
not
we're
like, yo,
that
this
serious
happened. They're
about it.
like, bro, we don't care. You told us
Yes.
Wednesday, so we expected
Where
Wednesday.
is it? Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's all about relationships, man.
Right. I put that yesterday.
And that's how you burn your bridge, though.
Right, I put that yesterday.
You
I
don't
said this,
deliver, that's how you burn your bridge.
I said this music thing is about relationships. If you don't build no relationships, how do you think you're gonna get anywhere?
Yeah.
Carsin and I have built 20-year relationships with a few guys that could make some big power moves.
Right.
And, you know, off the strength of just our cosign alone just opens up the door. If I make a call
Right.
and I'm like, check this out, they're gonna check it out.
Right, yeah. Because you got ties to that person. They know you don't put no bullshit
They
in front of
respect
their
my
face.
ear, they respect my grind, they respect the way I chase it. So it's like if I give you the call and it's price
You
call,
know it's official.
Right.
yo, they pick up when I call.
Right.
I don't, and if they miss the call, I get a call back in 5 minutes.
And see, and it's funny too because I'm at the point where I'm looking for more producers and writers
Okay.
for these situations that keep falling in our lap. P and I, we still looking at artists. He does. He looks them up, finds people all the time. The downside to that is it's tough to get in contact with somebody through social media because so many people is lying. So many people, oh, I can get you situated, and they lying. So
Right.
we get it. Like, I might shoot you a DM, and if you don't respond, I get it. You know what I'm
I be
saying?
pulling up. Ask cars. I'll go to your city. I'll take flights. I've been Houston.
Because you want like your A&R, that's what,
LA,
that's the
I'm
A&R in
right,
you.
right,
That's
right,
what they used to
right.
do.
Plus, that shows people like, yo, we're not pump faking.
Right.
We came to your
And
city.
I came, you know
we
what
came to your city,
I just ain't
and
talking
this
on
is
the
plan.
phone, you know, I'm here.
Right. But it's like, so like I was saying, yeah, they either don't respond or they do respond, but then after you start to work with them for a while, you see they're not as locked in as they claim.
Right.
Everybody swears, this is what I want. But if you swearing this is what you want, and I tell you, I got a guy, all I need is these 3 things on this day,
Yeah.
how can't you get that to me?
Most people don't want to sacrifice.
How can't you get that to me?
That's it.
You know, a lot of people judge a book by its cover too.
It's
You
kinda
could be
right.
looking at us like,
Because they think they think this,
You know?
like most people perception of music or moguls or managers in music, you gotta have the chains on, you gotta come in the big cars. That make them be like, oh, this guy's official.
Yeah.
When sometimes them guys is not official. You know what I mean? They the
lot
ones
of
who really
times.
frauding, you know what I
a
mean?
lot of these dudes be renting stuff. They
Right,
rent the
yeah.
jewelry, they rent the clothes.
It's the look. I say, yo, I said you can buy the look.
That's a fact.
You can buy the
It's
look.
It's a Halloween
Yeah,
costume,
you
matter
can
of
buy
fact.
this look.
It's a
This ain't
Halloween
nothing to
costume.
buy the look.
Bro, I don't know, man. It's painful because it's so many people that's talented that can win, but
Right.
they're not really using what they can use. Like when I was an artist, if you, and you say you got to play for me, I'm gonna give you the music right away.
Right.
If you BSing, that's on you.
Right.
Because I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't pump faking.
No.
One of these people you pass it off to is going to be the person that can
Right.
make the play. At some point, you have no risk, no reward. At some point, you got to jump off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
a fact.
they'd be so scared to hold on. They want 100% of nothing.
That's the same. It's like I tell people to send me music. I say, yo, I'm playing your iHeart worldwide. I'm in different in Florida, so it's different.
Yeah,
These guys don't even got clean music.
I believe it.
And I always say in my head, what if you met Funk Flex or one of these guys in this radio station? They said, I need that tomorrow.
Right.
Then what are you doing?
Tripping.
You know what I mean?
Dropping
like,
the
you
ball.
know,
Dropping the
it,
ball.
it just,
We've had that happen too. It was a couple artists where got the my man DJ Goodfella out in Orlando.
Right,
bro.
right, yeah.
Man, he was ready to blast off this record. I needed the DJ pack, the acapella,
Yeah,
instrumental.
all that, yeah.
I tell the artist, whoop.
Drop the
2, maybe 3 weeks, and out of nowhere they send it. Like, bro, he's not even
Now,
thinking about you
now
right
it's
now.
over, yeah.
Man, he's not even thinking about you right now. So, like, yeah, that answers your question. A lot of million artists shoot themselves in the foot religiously.
What can they do to kind of stop? Is it the people around them?
It's listening to people that's never been where you're trying to go. That's the number one problem. I come back to y'all my homies, and I'm like, yo, I got this situation over here. You've never had a record deal. You've never had a record deal. You've never done a record deal for anybody, but I got y'all in my ear saying, well, you should be having this, and you should have that. How do you know?
Just because you look up the information on Google,
Right. Don't mean that's really
doesn't that information doesn't give you experience.
right. You have to
can
go
read
through.
it.
Yeah, you have to be
go
in them
through the
rooms,
trenches,
right?
in order to make it work. And a lot of these guys ain't been through the trenches. They don't know what they're talking about.
When we look at deals, we look at how big is the sacrifice,
Right.
the possible reward,
Right.
and the worst case outcome of that deal.
Okay.
After you look at those 3 things, now you decide if you're going to do it or not. People don't do that. They look at just numbers. They look at just percentages. Don't get me wrong, that's important.
Right.
But that's not everything, because there's ways around certain things if you read your paperwork. If you don't understand it, spend
That's
that
question,
money,
yeah.
get somebody that's going to break it down to you the right way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's a big part of it. I know that a lot of artists pass up decent deals because they want a great deal. Sometimes it works out for them, very few. Most of the time it doesn't. And it's like, that could have been your shot. That
Yeah.
could have been your boom, get in, take this little hit, and now
Next
blow
one, yeah.
up.
When you
Yes,
renegotiate, then
yes.
now it's like,
But
yo,
so-
I'm this person now, so
but-
now give me.
Absolutely. So when they don't take that route, do they not have the confidence in themselves? Do they not think that they could take this chicken shit and turn it into chicken salad? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, I get
what's
what you're
going
saying.
on? Like,
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, especially when you're nobody knows you.
You gotta
It's
work
like, yo,
for
take
it.
this little change. Nobody knows you.
You gotta work for
So
it.
when you get in, now people start to know you, then you can say, you know what? I think I deserve a little more because I did X, Y, and Z.
You
Bro.
gotta do your John Moran on the court. Look at John. When it's time for renegotiation, you don't think they're gonna give him the bag?
Right. Hell yeah. He gonna say, look what I was doing on the
Work
court
for
here.
it.
I mean,
Right.
Worked for it.
And that's selective hearing, because we hear stories about artists all the time that did that.
Right.
Fat Joe did that. A bunch of people did that. Took a bum deal, got their weight up, and came back in the office like, nah, now we got to redo this.
Yeah.
Because I'm that guy
I'm
now.
that guy, yeah.
Create the leverage. Nobody wants to work and create the leverage.
Because when
They're
you create
entitled.
the leverage, nobody can say nothing to
Right,
you.
no.
They can't say, damn, you ain't. Be like, nah, you're right.
They're
Yeah.
entitled. They're
Put the
entitled.
work in.
They feel entitled. It's like, I've been recording for 20, 15, 10 years, so I deserve it. And it's like, but what you do outside of that? Like the music, making the music is literally 10, maybe 18% of the music
Right.
business right now.
Right.
At one point, maybe it was more, but in this day, age, and era,
Nobody cares if you're dope.
bro, no.
I tell people that when people come to me and say, yo, I'm super dope, I'll be like, but nobody really cares about that.
Nope.
They want to know if your business is in order.
Yep, that's it. That's what it comes down to. It comes to, can you draw attention?
Right.
Can you keep a melody, and can you draw attention?
Question for you is, I hear this, but I don't know if it's true because I do the artist thing. But do labels really tell these artists that they need to get their followers up?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So you're hearing it, see?
Yeah,
Good.
absolutely.
And,
Listen.
and another thing, same with YouTube also, because I meet a lot of artists that have not even 1,000 subscribers on YouTube to get their stuff monetized. You feel what I'm saying?
I haven't heard YouTube as much as I've heard. I mean, trust me, it definitely counts and it's worth something.
Right.
But the main two that we hear are Spotify and Instagram followers, or followers in general. They want that social media. It could be TikTok too.
Right.
They want that social media, and they want those monthly listeners up. I know a bunch of artists that music-wise, if this was back whenever music decided if you got a deal, they would have deals. But they don't have the numbers. So then sometimes artists would get frustrated, think like, I don't want to take them. It's like, nah, I want to take you, but I know what they're going to tell me when we leave with no deal.
Right.
They're going to give us homework. I want to go to the meeting when there's no homework.
When
I
it's
didn't
like,
like homework
here
in
it goes.
school.
Yeah, here
I
it
don't want to
goes.
do. Yes. So
And this is
so when we're in these rooms and these meetings that we We're learning. We're listening. It's not even about our artists. We're in different meetings, and we see what they're looking for. And then there's conversations that we have in unofficial meetings with some of these big wigs. We go and we kick it, and we know what they want. And that's two of the main things they're looking for. So if you don't have those, it doesn't really make sense for me to use my past to take you up there.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that I won't once you get those.
Is it a certain threshold on the number?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not getting.
I know. Yeah, I know.
They got to cash at me.
Right.
There's definitely a range that they like to see, and that puts you in a different type of conversation.
Right.
That puts you in, instead of you're trying to present yourself or sell yourself to me, now you're telling me how we could partner up, and that's an easier
Right.
yes.
They want a partnership.
Right. That's an easier yes. If you're bringing something to the table,
Right.
that's an easier yes than trust me on this.
Yeah.
You got numbers to back it up. You have a following. They break it all the way down as to if you got 6 million followers, we could probably sell 1.2 million toothbrushes with your
Right.
picture
'Cause
on
it's
it.
all about the ads.
Yes, they break it down as far as that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I mean, if you got dope music, don't get discouraged. Don't think your peoples ain't trying to put you on. They just know what the feedback's gonna be. You could have the top 10. You could have a hit. At one point, it was if you got a hit, you got a hit. You can have a hit.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what a hit is, but if you don't have no numbers, they're not willing to put their job on the line for that.
Right.
And that's through trial and error.
Oh.
We've been there, done that. That's through trial and error.
Yeah, I don't want no homework.
So it's like we already know what to
When you
expect.
present it, it's like,
What kind of deal are we
what
doing?
What are we talking about before we leave here?
Right,
Because
exactly.
I'm not leaving
Yes.
here.
Then
like, you know.
we're coming to meet just to get some FaceTime and figure out how we're going to do this deal.
What about? I see this a lot, and I've been hearing this a lot. What about like going on stages, different stages? I see a lot of artists that been doing this for a long time still do showcases with people that you shouldn't be doing it with. And then I say to them, I say, hey, oh, my man got the stage, da-da-da, but, I'm going to plug you with him. He might got a number on it, but you're going to be open enough for these people. And I say, if you kill it, never know. They might say, you know what, we going to bring you back. You was dope. You brought out some people. What is your take on getting on these stages for artists to maybe get that bigger fan base?
I think it depends on what they have going on. And I say that meaning like, if I'm about to drop a project,
Right.
I might should go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Just not for the showcase. I'm not trying to win. I'm just trying to gain more fans.
Right.
The more stages you touch, clearly, if you got a good show game, you're going to attract more fans. You need that talk. Did you see so-and-so? Oh, nah, who? What? Oh, here's this. You need that conversation. So I'm one to say, yeah, get on those stages. But again, the executive side of me is also like, you have to be selective. They do need to be more selective.
Right.
Some of those events you go to
Are not worth it.
You just sell T-shirts. You don't even perform. You go and network. You show your face, but you don't need to perform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you end up being watered down. Like there has to be a little bit of exclusiveness to you. You know what I'm saying? If it's like, if I know Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Friday, you're doing all these shows, I'm gonna come to one of them. I'm gonna figure it out. Right. I'm gonna figure it out, and then it might slip my mind. If I know you'll be here this day, this month, I'll be more focused on that.
Right, yeah.
You know what? Let me get over there and see this guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I see some artists, me being in some rooms, I see a lot of the same artists, even when they're not performing, they're trying to get backstage. They're just trying to be, I'm in here, so enough pictures, and they'd be like, oh, okay, then you always around. But I do tell artists that I'm like, yo, when they say the support thing, I say, do you pop out just when you're not even performing?
You have to.
You just, when if some random dudes are on this bill, do you just pull up so people be like, oh, yo, that's such and such,
They're not going. They're not going, and that's part of the problem out here.
Right. Everybody think they Hollywood already.
It's ego, and entitlement. Those are the evil E's. Entitlement, that is an E, right?
Can you see the ego from a mile away when you like maybe somebody hits you today or tomorrow and then you get with them? Can y'all see the ego and y'all look at each other and be like, it ain't ego?
Absolutely, but you know what? I don't have a problem dealing with somebody's ego because I'm a realistic dude, so I can.
Right,
be
you keep it
realistic
real with them, right?
My issue is the scary. I'm more of the scary guy. I don't want to be around the scary guy. Right. I don't want to be around a guy that believes just only the bad things he hears about situations. You know what I'm saying? Because now you bring in a truckload of doubt into any situation that I got up in the air around
Right.
you.
You
So I'm
always, you
fine.
always asking me a million
Yeah.
questions,
Yeah.
going around because you think it's
Right.
not gonna work.
It's especially, and it's even more frustrating when they see it work. So I might say you do something that's a little awkward. You do it, you get the result. And you're like, oh, wow, that did work. All right, cool. When I come back to you and tell you to do it again, why are you still questioning me?
Right.
Why are you still looking at me like, huh? Like, bro, didn't my last two work?
Yeah.
What makes you think? Do what I'm telling you. If it don't work, now you come back to me and be like, hey, bro, it ain't work. Now we
Right.
got to have a different type of conversation when I have my next idea. But if we hitting boom, 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 why are you not doing it the fourth time? Why are you?
Undefeated here. You just keep it on the
Ego,
same path.
ego and entitlement. That's it. It kills everything. Right?
He's like, yo,
I'm going to make it a shirt.
Make it a shirt?
Bro, that kills everything, bro. If everybody would just relax and take a risk, a calculated risk. I ain't saying sign the Nicole's Left Nitty Records, but
right.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah,
Look at it realistically.
It's business. Business is a risk.
You have to realize when you have the right people in your corner. It takes time to fill people out. It takes time to see what you're working with. But once you realize that you have the right set of people around you, you have to move forward. You have to.
You got to trust somebody.
You gotta, yeah.
You don't got to trust everybody because people is crazy.
Right.
But you got to have somebody, you got to have a baseline somewhere. And I feel like a lot of artists, they're so wrapped up in their self that, and what they hear and what they think, that when it's real and it's right in front of their face, they don't really know how to deal with it. Or they think this can't be the
And
real
we've
thing.
encountered that. We've gotten guys to the finish line.
And then they say
Few
no.
times.
And
It's not even a no, it's just like,
I don't want this, or nah, this ain't it.
it's
I need this. I need that.
they doubt themselves. They don't really. The belief in themselves is like it just fades away. Like you've worked this hard to get to this point, and now you just
Right.
now you're like
Now you're
scared
like,
now?
what? Yeah, you're like, hold up, what are we doing now?
Now I'm looking at you like, yo, I did all this for nothing.
And that messes up you guys' relationships with people
Yeah,
because it's
'cause-
like, yo, we bringing people here, they ready to do this and that, and then you do this, and
Just
now we're
because
like,
you don't see me every day doesn't mean I'm not on the ground
Right,
working. I'm
right.
in the field.
yeah,
Like,
I got other stuff I'm doing, but I'm definitely
I'm
tapped
in
in.
the field.
or it's like, all right, when you're management too, you're also a buffer. So like let's use Don Michael Jr. because
Right.
that's my man. He's doing his thing right now. Shout out to Don Michael Jr.
Shout out to him.
New project about to drop.
Okay, did the freestyle.
The Wolf Smell Joy. Joint's crazy. You can get it right now early on Even, win the MacBook that he recorded in, all types of crazy stuff. Look up Don Michael Jr. So let's take him. So every day I wake up, I get so many emails about Donnie that we had to create a new email address that we both had.
Okay,
Every day I wake up, I got at least 10 emails about Don Michael Jr.
right.
I don't call Donnie and tell him about the 10 emails because out of those 10 people that reach out, 4 of them are going to disappear after the first conversation.
Right.
No reason why. Who knows? Maybe they were fronting. Maybe they found something better. Maybe they changed their mind. 4 of them disappeared. Now I'm left with 6. I still don't tell Donnie about those 6 because it's my job to talk to them and see if it's worth bringing it to Donnie's attention.
Right.
Is it official and is it beneficial? So out of those 6, maybe 3 seem legit. So the other 3 I get out of the way. Now that I'm down to 3, maybe that's when I'll tell Donnie, hey, yo, listen, we got this, this, and this. We could do them all, or you could pick what you want to do. That's
Right.
our job. You have to trust us to do that if you want us to put our best
I'm
work.
making the call. I'm
Right.
making the best play.
So sometimes in that process of chopping them from 10 to the 3 that matter, artists feel like nothing's happening, and it's not true. I got to move these pieces around to bring something worth it to.
Right.
Like, and what he said just sparked that to me. That happens a lot. Like, because I didn't give you an update in the last 3 days, you must think that I'm just poolside eating Doritos, working on this right here. Like, no, bro.
No.
I'm making these calls.
Yeah.
I'm getting answers, and I'm filtering the answers, and I'm gonna make.
I don't have to call you
Right,
every 2 minutes and
right.
give
I'm
you
gonna
every
bring
answer.
it to you when it's worth bringing it to you. So, like I said, that goes back into what I said too. You have to trust somebody to some type of level if you want to be successful. Nobody could do it themselves.
Nope.
That whole self-made thing, like it, respect it, but it's also kind of a false narrative because show me. When you post this, I want someone to put in the comments someone that is honest to God, self-made, or who you would consider being self-made. And then I'll look it up, do my research, and we'll see if they were really self-made, meaning they did no partnership, nobody helped them, nobody lent them a hand, there's nothing. If you're really self-made, right?
Yeah, but that,
it's not real.
It's not real.
Right.
Everybody needs somebody.
But so many people, they take these things, and I get the whole idea of being self-made, and I respect it. Right. Your grind, your thought process, you put a team together yourself, but there's still always a team involved. Nobody can show me one person that was completely successful all by himself. Jordan even needed help on the Bulls. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And when he didn't have it, we see what happened.
Right. LeBron needs help. Everybody needs help.
Right.
Elon Musk ain't do nothing all by himself.
No, he had a team around.
Right. Gates ain't do nothing all by himself. Anybody you name.
But the team, what most of these people don't understand, the team makes it easier for whoever is doing what. Like Elon Musk, he's like, yo, I can create these ideas if you do this, 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 and this. Yes. Now I don't have to create the ideas and try to do this part. Right. I can just create dope ideas and pass them.
Nobody's amazing at all 10 things.
No.
So instead of me trying to do all 10, I'll do the one I do best. You do the one you do best. You do the one you do best.
Right.
And that's how it's supposed to work. But what messes that up?
People in between.
Ego and entitlement.
Because I'm good at what I do.
Ego
you don't want somebody like me on your team?
Right.
I'm good at what I'm doing. I bring more value to you because I know what I'm doing.
Ego.
You out here running around talking to these people, pulling up in cities. So it's like, it makes it more better for you when you make the call because it's like, oh yeah, I done met that dude. He done pulled up my city. Hell yeah, I'm taking this call.
When your team is moving just as hard as you are, or you know what I'm saying, let's just say your team's moving real hard, that should give you the more confidence to keep pushing yourself too, because it's like, yo, these guys really believe in me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him out hustle me.
That should bring the best out of you.
There's times where, we human and we got to deal with life too.
You got family and things you do,
So there's time I'm out the mix and then Pia hit me and he got like 3 or 4 back-to-back ideas, and in my back of my mind, all right, I'm slacking, I'm gonna turn up with my boy. Now I'm back in action. There's times where he gets a little flat and now I'm shaking and moving and he like, yo, where you at? Where we at tomorrow? All right, I'm coming. Like you said, we push each other.
There has to be a balance.
Yeah.
There has to be a balance, and that's what a lot of guys don't realize, man. There has to be a balance.
So, you guys are in these rooms. What's some new artists that maybe we should be looking out for?
To be honest,
just give like a couple. Like if you can give a couple.
That's his department.
If you can give a couple and say,
While he's thinking about that, if you're a producer and a songwriter, or a producer or a songwriter, get at me. Get at me. My Instagram is @MoneyCarsin, MoneyCarsin. Have some music ready. I need producers and I need songwriters. A lot of people are missing out on a lot of money because when I make the call, they're not, bro, I'm trying to tell you, it's a layup. We're not giving it to somebody to give to somebody to give to somebody. We putting it right in the decision room.
Right.
The guy we hand it to can make the decision.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this. Cool.
Bro, yes. Like, all jokes aside, no cat, no gas, whatever anybody want to say. Like, it's never been this real. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you seen that meme that be like, you could go back in time or you could just get rich now? I would go back in time because with the stuff I know now, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to body it. Like, it's never been this real for us. And now that it is, and we're not the product is giving us a hard time. But
now, when you got to this point in your career, being an artist to this, now you're like, damn, those artists been lying the whole time.
Absolutely.
Word up. Like, what are they talking about? Yes. They've been telling us some BS the whole time.
I won't even say they're lying. They're just telling us their perspective.
Right.
Everybody's right in their perspective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, you have a problem right now. When you leave with 6, you're going to be telling him how grimy I did you. When I leave with P, I'm going to be like, that nigga Glitz did me dirty. And I'm telling my truth, you telling yours.
Right.
So it's like they're vetting, but people aren't doing their due diligence. When I hear a story, I think about everything involved. I think about both sides.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all had an issue, I'm gonna hear what he say. I'm gonna hear what you say. I'm gonna make my own story.
Right.
Because I respect everybody's perspective. These other people, they got that, one track mind, and they just run with it. They hear something and they run with it concrete. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yo, you could have ate some wild stuff before you came in here, and your breath stink. And I got down telling people your breath always stink. Yo, Glenn's breath stunk, and now they think your breath always stink. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they do it. It's like, okay, you had one exec might have did something wrong to you. He might have did it on purpose. He might not. I don't know.
Right.
But does that mean the whole label is crazy and shiesty? Does that mean all the labels is crazy and shiesty? Because there's plenty of artists that get record deals, blow up, and don't complain. There's also plenty of artists that get record deals, don't blow up, and don't complain. You don't even know how many people you walk by in the mall at Christmas time that got record deals. The label just ain't put them out or push the button. You know what I'm saying?
You know, they don't need it. They're not all into the jewelry part. They just they just regular, you know.
Right.
I think Jim Jones said it best, man. You get what you negotiate.
That's a fact.
That's it.
You get what you negotiate.
It's crazy you said that because I was somewhere and Jim Jones was performing, but there was other people performing before him, and there was this kid on stage, killed it. He had mad fans out there. They were singing the music, and I'm just looking at Jim Jones, and he whispering to some dude, maybe his manager or somebody that handled a situation. That kid got off stage. They went right over to him. They exchanged numbers, and I was like, bro, I tell people, look how easy
That's
that
how
was.
easy it is.
Look how easy that was. That's what I always say. I say, if you're in this room, everybody's like, these people belong in this room because he's back here. So they're looking like, all right, you're back here for a reason.
I've been to shows and I'm with the guy. I don't let people know that's the guy. They know me.
Right.
But the money man's right there. The guy that can change your life is right next to you.
There. Right
Humble
there.
as shit.
Yeah.
And it can happen.
It's crazy.
You know, you never know who's in the building.
It's crazy. So, before we get out of here, right? What's next for you guys? You know, you're doing the management, you're running the
Producers
labels,
and songwriters.
It's just all producers and
I
songwriters.
want
No more artists.
If you're an artist, you holler at P. If P bring it to me, then that means he went through and he did his homework. He do his homework. Right now,
right.
The easiest way to get to the bag, producers and songwriters. I can have my hands in so many different projects that's like, it's to hand deliver, like I said.
Right. Is it just hip hop or is it just
It's
both?
everything.
Everything.
It's everything.
Everything.
It's everything.
Okay.
Hip hop, R&B, pop. If you got a dope record, get it to me.
We don't just limit ourselves to hip hop. A lot of hip hop artists, man, I don't want to disrespect them, man. A lot of them are dumb, man. Retarded, man. Like, you know, a lot of people talking about songwriting, I can't let this person write for me or that person write for me. At the end of the day, it's the record business. It's about the records. That's it.
We just had an opportunity to play some music in a super popular, famous Netflix series. That's the new season about to come out. I can't say who.
Okay, yeah, right,
but
right.
Those are the type of things that just come across in the midst of what we're doing.
Right.
When Big Homie him, I got another guy. I'm not gonna mention nobody's. I got 3 guys right now that are hands-on with a lot of big projects, with a lot of different big name artists, and they tell us all the time what they're looking for.
Yeah.
We reach out.
I give the call. They're going to take the call.
Yo,
They're going to tell me, yo, listen, come meet me here. Bring them by. We'll see what's up.
producers and songwriters, get with me. Bottom line, get with us. In-house movement, mogul mode management, and everybody pay attention to Don Michael Jr. That boy cooking.
Yeah, you asked me which artist I got my eye. Well, I would have to say, I just want to put that out.
Yeah.
I think Girl Code is dope.
I like them.
I like Girl Code.
I seen them at Summer Jam, and I was like, why these girls ain't further than what they are? Because I never even heard of them until I went to Summer Jam.
love
and
their
I was
chemistry.
Like, they really rap, like, you know what I mean?
Out of all the artists that I got my eye on, I've been following like Girl Code. I fuck with Girl Code heavy. I love their chemistry. Their chemistry sticks out to me the most, and that's what draws the fans. And you know when certain artists have the right chemistry, because there's not a lot of groups anymore. I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the group aspect of it as far as hip hop, and I feel like Girl Code is one of those groups, man. They could really You know,
Glad you said that,
Sidebar,
man.
we need, we're looking for a female artist too. Female rap artist. So, you know, if you know somebody or you are somebody, get with us. We got a definite play for a female artist.
Right.
And songwriters and producers, especially if you a person that can do both, get with me. That's
You heard it. You heard it right there. These are two dudes that be in these rooms, man, shaking hands and doing all that. Trust me.
Shakers in the
I was in the
movies.
back seat with somebody that, if I said the name, y'all be like, yo, that's crazy. That, you know what I mean? And I didn't even know. So it's real. I would not sit up here and BS you, but they're around a lot of important people. They just giving you a little bit of game. Don't be in your own way. You know what I mean?
Who want to get this money? Get with me. Who want to? That's what it
That's
comes
it.
down to.
That's it.
Who can listen and who want to get this money? You know what I'm saying? I'm not
plug
asking
is
you
right
to do
here.
nothing but your craft.
That's it.
We're not asking you to do nothing. We're not asking you to go do nothing but what you supposedly
What you
do.
Right.
You produce, I need beats, I need records. You write, let's go. Let's get some money. You an artist, let's get some money.
Shout out your Instagrams and all that stuff. So
Mine about to change.
Okay.
I'm about to put my largest brother's tag on there, but for
Okay.
now, it's Money Carsin. MoneyCarsin.
And me, the right price, THERITE, price, with an I.
With an eye.
And just for the record, I'm a Hype City Day One dude. You know
Day
what I'm
one.
saying?
He
Day
been coming
one
to me
dude.
when I was on Toxic Radio.
Yes.
Word up. So you know this is like my brother because you know they've been rocking.
Bingo.
Right.
Relationships.
Cause it's like wherever I go, I'm gonna call him and say,
That's
"Yo,
it.
I'm here." Just
Vice
da da da. You know what I
Vice
mean?
versa. You already
So,
know.
You know, yeah, this was
Appreciate
dope, man.
you coming
Thank
up,
you
man.
for taking time out of your schedule. My man Six back there, you know, he always
back.
rocking. So man,
Man,
hey.
shout out to Six, man. He's out here grinding, man. Six, you know, we don't talk as much, but I always see you grinding, man.
He's right.
That kid's about his business,
Yo,
man.
Six will
So
go anywhere to film.
for real, man. Look, shout out to Six, man.
Word
Everybody
up.
looking
Gotta
for
shout
some
the
quality
camera,
work,
you know?
Word
man.
up.
Six is that guy, man.
Definitely. So we out of here. You already know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Follow us everywhere. Hype City Show. Tap in Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 7. Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. 99.7 The Heat Miami. We out of here.
Let's do it.